Hi guys, and welcome to how to create a spiral staircase in Roblox Studio. So as you can see behind me, there is a multicolored spiral staircase and it revolves around an origin. Now the script will be in the description of the video, so if you don't want to type it out, then that's absolutely fine. You just need to go and copy it from there. And there will be a bit of maths, but don't worry because you don't need to understand any of it. But if you are interested, then watch till the end, and there will be a spreadsheet with a diagram on it, and it will show you the equation of how it's plotting the points for the spiral. So let's just stop our game and delete the spiral staircase script, add a new script into our game, and call it spiral staircase. Inside of our workspace there is a folder called Staircase, and this is where we're going to be creating our parts in. Now inside of our script, just get rid of the print hello world, and then paste in these 6 variables. The first one being radius, which is equal to 5, then origin x and origin y, origin x is equal to 0, and origin y is equal to 5. Then we've got 3 more, and XpartSize is equal to 4, YpartSize is equal to 4, and ZpartSize is equal to 1. Now these are the dimensions for each individual part inside of our spiral. So if you want to change how big or small the parts are, then you can always change it using these 3 variables here. Now we need to create a for loop, and we're going to be repeating this for loop 120 times. So it's starting at 1, and it's going up by 1 until it reaches 120. Now we've labeled this loop as part.Size so that we can, part.Height, so that we can refer back to it to determine how high the part is off the ground. Say that it's on loop 4, then we'll part.Size will be equal to 4, and this means that we'll put the height of the part at 4. Then we've got 3 more variables, and the first one is part.Rotation. Now we want to make it so that the part goes round by 30 degrees each time it spawns in, and to do this we're taking part.Height, we're timesing it by 30. Say that it's on loop 4, then part.Height will be equal to 4, and then we're timesing 4 by 30 to get 120, so the part.Rotation will be equal to 120 degrees. Now Rad is short for radian, and the radian is equal to the part.Rotation times by pi divided by 180. Then we're creating a new part and labeling it as part so that we can refer back to it to change the properties. We're changing these properties, the first one being anchored, which we're setting to true. Then we're setting the parent to the folder inside of our workspace. We're setting the color to a random color. We're setting the shape to a block shape. We're setting the size to the dimensions up above, which we have set as variables. So it will be 4 wide, 4 deep, and 1 high. Then we're setting the position to this equation here. Now this is kind of complex, but the part that I do want to point out is that the height of the part is equal to part.Height, which is up above, which we mentioned earlier. Then we're changing the CFrame of the part, and the CFrame is something every part has, and we're using the CFrame to change the angles. Now the CFrame can change the position and the physical properties of the part, like the position and the rotation and moving the part. But here we're just changing the Z axis of the rotation, so the part is revolving around its Z axis, and we're setting that to part.Rotation, which we mentioned earlier is equal to part.Height times by 30. If we run this, then you can see that it creates the spiral, and you can always change how high your spiral is by changing how many times the loop runs. So say that I want to change that to 12 instead of 120, then there'll only be 12 parts inside of our spiral. As you can see, here is our spiral. It's very short now. And now we can go over, if you want to know the maths behind it, then here is a spreadsheet for how the spiral is being created. So what I did was I took a equation off the internet which plotted the points for a circle. So here is our radius, which is labelled as r, and here is the origin, 0 and 5, and we are going up by 30 each time, all the way up to 360, and we are plotting the x and y points around on this grid. Now inside of our game, what we've got is we've got this imaginary grid. Well, it's not really imaginary, it's just invisible, and this is to do with the x and y rotation, sorry, x and y axis of our world, and we are plotting the we're plotting the positions of each block around the origin. So I hope you vaguely understand what's happening here, because it took me a bit of time to understand it. And here's how you create a spiral staircase. Now, we did go over variables, loops, a bit of maths, in fact quite a lot of maths, which was not great, but it doesn't really matter. You don't need to understand it or anything, as long as you as long as it works, then that's fine. And then we went over changing the properties of the part, and very briefly CFrames. Now CFrames are something that I might want to touch on again later in my playlist, but for now we're just going to leave it at this. It can change the physical properties such as the position, the rotation, and the movement. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a good day, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.